There's a photograph from the late 1950s that shows Marilyn Monroe sitting alone on a beach, wrapped in an oversized sweater, her hair pulled back, no makeup, looking out at the water. No one remembers this photograph the way they remember the others. It was taken on a quiet morning before the crew arrived, before the cameras were set up for the day's filming. For just a few minutes, Marilyn had walked down to the shore alone. No one had asked her to. No one was watching. She stood there for a while, then sat down in the sand and simply looked at the ocean. The photographer, who happened to be nearby, took one frame, almost by accident, before she noticed him. When she did notice, she didn't pose. She didn't smile the famous smile. She just looked at him, quietly, and then looked back at the water. Later she would say that this exact kind of moment was what she wished she had more of. Not the premieres, not the photographers, the interviews, the crowds outside hotels. Just this. A quiet morning. An ocean. No one needing anything from her. Those close to her remembered that Marilyn often seemed most at peace in the smallest, most unremarkable moments. Reading alone in a hotel room, cooking a simple meal, sitting on a windowsill watching the rain. It was a strange thing for someone so famous. The world wanted to look at her every moment of every day, and the moments she treasured most were the ones where no one was looking at all. That was the realization, quiet and never spoken loudly, but felt deeply. That being seen by millions of people is not the same as being at peace. That fame can fill a room with noise, but it can't fill the quiet places inside a person. Maybe you felt that too. Maybe there was a time in your life when you felt like you had to be on, at work, in your family, in your community, always performing some version of yourself that other people expected, always aware of how you looked, how you sounded, what people might think. And maybe, in the middle of all that, there were small moments, a quiet morning with coffee, a walk before anyone else woke up, an evening alone with a book that felt more real than almost anything else. Those moments weren't empty. They were full of something fame and attention can never give you. The simple feeling of being exactly who you are, with no one watching and no one needing anything from you. And here's something gentle to consider. As we get older, the world often asks less of us. Fewer people are watching. The performance, in a sense, can finally end. For some people, that feels like a loss. But it doesn't have to be. It can also be an invitation to finally have the quiet mornings, the unremarkable afternoons, the moments that Marilyn Monroe, with all her fame, longed for. Maybe it's time to stop measuring your days by how they look to others. No one is keeping score the way you might think. Maybe it's time to enjoy an ordinary morning just for yourself. A cup of tea by the window. A walk with no destination. Sitting quietly with nothing to prove. It's never too late to find peace in the small, unremarkable moments of your own life. In fact, those moments may have been waiting for you all along. Marilyn Monroe spent her whole life being looked at. But what she wanted, in the end, was simply to look at the ocean, at the rain, at an ordinary day, without anyone needing anything from her. If you're watching this tonight, maybe you already have access to that kind of peace, more than you realize. So take a slow breath, and maybe tomorrow morning, give yourself a few quiet minutes, just for you. No audience, no performance, just you and the morning.